never even met. If there's a God in heaven you can show me, then I guess I should admit I lost the bet. There are moments I could hold you forever, and there are moments that lasted way too long. There are days when I've changed with the weather to hold you in place would be wrong. There's a road left behind me that I'd rather not speak of, and a hard one ahead of me too. I love you, whatever you do. I've got a life to live too. I never met a morning I could get through with nothing on my breath to hold the night. And I never said I'm sorry, but I meant to. I never met a coward I don't like. There are reasons why my body stays in motion, but at the moment only demons come to mind. There are days when I could walk into the ocean with no one else but you to leave behind.
I'd like to start this beautiful passion of mine of sharing how much can be felt and moved through dance. My specific personal way processing through my pain, through my different emotions. I danced this dance a couple of weeks ago, the day after a really hard conversation with somebody who I love so deeply. I woke up feeling just like that numb, kind of hollow feeling, and not really knowing what to do with it. And so this one, when I watch it back, it literally makes me cramp. It makes my sacral chakra cramp because I'm aching. My body is literally aching in this dance. I am a woman who feels her feelings, but I have really had a tough time unlocking my ability to cry. And on this day, man, did I want to cry, but I was really struggling. But I heard this song and it just kept playing in my head and playing in my head, and I was like, we need to dance to it and like really let ourselves feel it. And so I did. And after this dance, my God, did I cry. I cried, and I cried, and I cried some more because I didn't feel good after this dance. I didn't feel good after it, but I felt my feelings during and after it, when before it, I was just laying in bed heavy and hollow and full of grief, but in a way where I wouldn't have been able to process it, like how I allowed myself to process it through this expression that you just witnessed. There's so many lines in this song that like really light up my entire vessel. So the emotions felt behind the lyrics. There's a road left behind me that I'd rather not speak of. Yet I understand the importance of holding it as my past and what has made me who I am, who we were. So many of us shut ourselves off to parts of who we were because we're not proud of them. Yet we get to really come to an acceptance of who we once were. And if we are avoiding who we once were, then it has control over us still. But if we integrate and accept who we once were, we understand that it's actually part of our offering here, because that's why they were our lessons. The next line is, there's a hard one ahead of me too. I could stay in this easy life I am living, one where I don't feel fulfilled or challenged because I have a calling that I have let ring for too long. Hard roads are meant to be taken. Life is not meant to be easy. It is meant to be felt, lived, and expressed. And that's how I feel with this journey that so many of us are on right now, is choosing to take the harder road, yes, with flow, If you face so much resistance, then yeah, maybe it is not a road for you meant to go down, because life is to be of flow and things are meant to come into your life effortlessly and with devotion. You have to give to your dream self, and that devotion can feel like a hard road, and connections and things are going to come up in our lives that are going to make our lives challenging and hard, and they're meant to, because we are not to become who we are with an easy life. Being a human being is not easy. It is a hard road that I'm willing to take. The next line is, I love you whatever you do. I've got a life to live too. Loving someone unconditionally, them in all of their phases and forms, through their ups, downs, and questionable to you decisions. To see they are living in their truth with compassion, devotion, and heart, we have to let them and gracefully love them through it. That is what loving someone, whatever they do, means. Because when you see someone living their life outside of how you thought they would, let that be an inspiration to you and not a demise to your love for them. Unconditional love is something that I know not a lot of us have experienced. And unconditional love is something that I personally have been deep diving and unpacking on my brain and heart and body journey, specifically over the last year and a half. What unconditional love really ought to feel like. What does an unconditional safe love feel like to you? And we'll dive in on that another time. This line, there's a reason why the body stays in motion, but at the moment only demons come to mind. So many of us are constantly on the run from ourselves and the demons we have in our heads limiting us. And it takes a lot of work to return home to yourself, to allow your body to move with an ease instead of a rush. Yet this is a possible feeling to come to, and it is a place worth coming to. The demons in our mind are the things that stop us from going on that hard road ahead of us to become who we want to be. There's fear and there's shame and there's sorrow and there's guilt, and it's why so many of us are running. Yet I personally, and I hope you are too, I am here to frolic. I am here to be in motion. I'm here to be in dance. I'm here to be an angelic whimsy woman. So the reason I stay in motion at one point in my life, very heavily, the reason I was in motion was because of the demons that were in my mind. And through so much compassion, dance, music, and energy, the reason I am now in motion, my devotion to allowing myself to feel free. This one is a personal line, but still one I want to share. There are days when I could walk into the ocean with no one else but you to leave behind. This lyric has hit me the deepest since first hearing this song in 2018. I was in my peak depression and chronic illness, and I was a girl who knew she would leave Earthside through water. Yet I stayed knowing that she would be leaving behind her mother and brother. And thank God I did, because the hard road that has led me here is leading me to the hard yet beautiful journey I have in front of me. Oceans and water, I don't want to get into it now, but to have repaired a relationship with an element, I have personally had to repair my relationship with both fire and water for two very different reasons. Funny enough, I am made up of primarily fire and water. And so it's interesting to me. I'm just correlating this, but those are the two elements that I've had to repair relationships with, to find the absolute magnificence in both of those elements beyond reasons I used to fear them. Wow. Okay. Keep going with me on this, but I also had to find the absolute magnificence in myself beyond the fear that I once had from myself and my body and my mind and being alive. So, damn, that's beautiful. Thanks for listening to that one. So while I'm dancing to this song the night before, like I was saying, I was listening to it. And I was like, oh, feeling so sad. But I wasn't able to cry to it. And then it was when I added in the movement the next day. And I added in the voice with the movement and the heaviness. the heaviness I felt in this dance. And also, I feel so tiny and so small in this video, and I don't think my phone is on a 0.5 zoom, but I feel so small in it. And then the video actually cuts off, like my phone stopped recording. I don't know why, it never really does that, but it stopped recording right before, go listen to the song, right before she goes feral. She starts like making this like crying, like wailing, like sound. It's kind of like screaming, and I let myself go totally feral during it. And actually, I want to also share, I hurt myself during this dance. Pain in the body. I used to have chronic body pain. And so pain in the body, now that I've really worked through it, I'm a person who doesn't experience body pain. Now when it shows up, that is showing up for a lesson for me. And after this dance, I was like, oh my God, I hurt my back. And I hurt my back on a specific side, on my feminine side, where my rings should be sprouting from. And with this connection in my life that I'm processing these emotions through with this dance, it's a feminine person in my life. And it's me feeling like they're trying to clip my wings. In which maybe they're not, but it's a feeling that I'm feeling. And so then it's funny to me that after this dance, I got a pain in this spot. And that's how I interpreted it. I want them to love me, whatever I do. And I want to spread my wings and I want to fly. And I have to process through these emotions, through the acceptance of maybe they won't. And I have to love me, whatever I do anyways. So while this is like kind of a vulnerable share, not even kind of, it is. And this is going to be my first dance debrief of my feral energy movement and letting it flow through me. Really, when we utilize our voice, our body, and our energy with song, it really becomes like this insane force that we get to channel. So I want to say thank you for witnessing. And if you're processing through something right now, I invite you to find a song with lyrics that hit and let them become embodied in you, moved through and released out into the world for you to carry on lighter. And I am sending all my love to you as we navigate being human beings who feel so deeply. Thank you for going on in the precious pursuit of whatever you do. I'm Courtney Blue, speaking to you all the love that felt poured through me during this movement.